Citizen Television.
To the Planetary Persuader for the weekend beginning Friday, February 26, 2021. And what do we got going on today? Well, if we looked at the moon, which is pretty gosh darn near full, not quite, but it will be full tomorrow, which is really kind of like almost today. It'll be full tonight. Basically 17 minutes after midnight. So on Saturday the 27th, 12:17 a.m., we have a full moon. And let's see, what is lunar mansion will that full moon be in? I have to see this here. Well, let's go ahead and look at this. Our little sun is, yeah, I'm going to say it's more than likely going to be in a lunar mansion known as Purva Falguni. But for today, the moon is in the lunar mansion known as Maga. Maga is the ancestors. And Maga is the throne room. Maga is where we work on the tamas, our materialistic aspect of life, which is having children, having businesses, houses, material items. It's really basically like what most people do between 28 and 56. They go on this kind of materialistic binge, and then they'll like turn 57 and will say to themselves, what the F was that all about? And before that, it's like, you know, that's what older people do. It's their thing. And then older people, they're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. They say if we weren't young, we'd never have children. One of the things about Maga, though, it's ruled by Ketu, which is the south node of the moon, and so this is how we work out the karma, this is how we heal our ancestry, we heal our families, and this is where we come into the world, and it's like, you know, maybe you didn't do so good with your, with the tamas, with the materialism in your last life, and now you've got a chance to do a little better with it. And we have a full moon tonight, literally Saturday morning at 12:17. The moon will have moved into the lunar mansion known as Purva Falguni, which is entertaining, and it's the best of everything. And I imagine this is going to be a pretty raucous Friday night, Saturday morning for the most part, and people are wanting to get out and enjoy themselves somehow. Believe it or not. As far as where the planets are right now, well, we've got, you know, the moon's going to be in Virgo at 9 this morning, a little after 9, and we have Venus in Pisces now, and we have Mars in Taurus in both systems. Yay! And we have Jupiter is in Aquarius, Saturn's in Aquarius, Uranus is in Taurus, and Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn. So, I mean, that's all you need to know right now. So here we go, sign by sign, starting with Aries. We are going to get into this. So, greetings Aries, and welcome to your horoscope. What I see here is that Mars is in your second house still. So anything regarding finances, anything regarding your relationships with your family, anything regarding things that affect your neck, your lower jaw, or even part of your face, that's a concern. The other concern would be just working on finances in general. And and also it could be something that evokes memories from when you were younger. And otherwise, I'd say for Aries with Sun and Neptune in the 12th house, I'd say it's best to just lay low, do the spiritual work, go to an ashram, go to a retreat center, and then move forward with your life in a good way. All right. So, greetings Taurus, welcome to your horoscope. Well, Pisces time for you represents helpful friends, it represents older siblings, it represents politics, meetings, work meetings, parties, social gatherings. I guess we're supposed to still be against those. I don't know. Nobody's making anybody wear a mask in Antarctica. I just saw a video of Russia, and people in Russia weren't wearing masks either. I was like, oh no, wow. Is there no pandemic in Russia? I'm not sure. We have your career stuff with Saturn and Jupiter in the 10th house and Mercury look really good. It looks like you're going to make some positive career moves this week that's going to carry on for you. Moon in Virgo this weekend is fun. It's heart-opening. It's like, wow, I'm feeling good. I'm responding in a positive way to where my life is going. So, hey, why not, right? Couldn't hurt. Greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, it's like you have this desire that has no bottom. Now, Mars is in the 12th house still, so that could be like secret enemies and people that don't have your best interests. But Pisces time in general is about you working out your karma in the career world, in the public, and how you relate to the public, and how you fulfill your own talents and skills and let them be seen, let them be known. You know, this is your opportunity to work on your dharma. And now that Venus is there, you might be able to do a little bit of creative work, a little bit of artwork while you're doing this. Now, Mercury is direct. It's in the 9th house, so you have a much greater understanding of advanced and higher information. Jupiter's there helping that along, and even Saturn can help you learn the rules of the game. You'll learn about the law and how that law works for you. Now, the weekend, it looks like a better weekend for just kind of a staycation, staying at home for Gemini. And probably by Monday, you'll want to break out more because, you know, the moon will go into Libra. That'll be in your 5th house, and that'll be more funshine, you know. But in the meanwhile, it's always good to, you know, it's like those bicycle helmets that have the little mirror in back that looks like the kind of mirror a dentist would use or something. Yeah, you know, it may not be bad to have something like that around. That's all I'm thinking. All right. Okay. Well, greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, with you, everything is the moon, you know. You are the moon, and the moon is everything. What happens is, we have a moon in the 3rd house. So the 3rd house is about siblings, especially younger siblings. It's also about working with your hands. It's also about basic education. You know, elementary school through high school, maybe even undergrad at this point in their evolution. And it's largely about the kind of person you became between ages of 14 and 21. Lots of curiosity in those years. They seem to take forever, but then they go in just in a flip. So And then with the sun now in Pisces, that's your ninth house. So that's long distance travel, higher education, world religions, learning something new, learning something more advanced that you could teach other people. Your relationship with your father, your relationship to teachers and gurus. And there's still the Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury in the 8th house, so there's a little bit of personal transformation you're going through. And with Pluto trying to break out of your 7th house, this could be the beginning of a relationship or the end of one, depending on how you look at it. Now, Uranus is over there in the 11th house with Mars, so there could be a gathering, maybe not a gathering where you put horns on your head and, raid the congressional halls, but, it'll something kind of feisty brewing, coming on. All right. Greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, so many things are about relationships for you right now. That's all I can say. It's like Mercury. It's the contract. Getting the contract for the job. Saturn. It's about being reliable in relationships and in career. Jupiter. I think for female Leos, you've been out of relationship. This might be the year where you get in a better relationship. There's so much transformation between Venus and Neptune and the Sun. There's a lot of things that really you're not under control right now. Which, I know Leos generally like to be in control, at least the ones I've known. And they hate me for saying this, I know that. But anyhow, I have Leo in my chart too. We all have Leo somewhere. But in regards to this, I would say with Venus now moving in the 8th house, maybe the love life, with Venus there, Venus getting closer and closer to Neptune, maybe you'll study Tantra over the next few weeks and learn some sexy tricks. I'm not sure. Everybody likes sexy tricks. I think, except for asexual people, which are preferred in the military and in most government and business establishments at this point. Keep it neutral, keep it non-reproductive, and our corporate overlords will approve. So they can play with the world. That's right. Okay. Well, greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, Pisces time is Virgo's relationship time. It's time to work a little harder at your career. It's time to work a little harder on your relationship and do things that make you both comfortable together. That's the thing. It's like, how can we expand our sphere of comfort with each other? Doesn't that sound good? Or maybe that sounds boring. I'm not sure. Health-wise, you still have to work on that there with Mercury there, along with Jupiter and Saturn. It's like anything you can do to fortify good health. Anything you can do to be regular with exercise. Anything you can do to be regular with helping others, doing volunteer work, having some kind of service-oriented job. All of these things are big when it comes to Virgo right now. And of course, the moon is in Virgo this weekend. And this full moon that we have early Saturday morning, Friday night, that is your moon. So you're going to rock it. And Mars and Uranus in the 9th house. Anything like advanced yoga, advanced martial arts, I could see things like studies, subjects like that can be much more appealing to you. Alternative political ways of being, alternative political parties, that could also come into the picture. But mostly it's like you're kind of on the outside of this looking in, because I mean, if it wasn't for this moon in Virgo, we'd be in Kalsarpa yoga again, you know, and we'd be stuck. So this is a good time. All right. Well, well, well. And greetings, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. So, I mean, Pisces is an interesting sign for Libra. I've seen Libra and Pisces together, and I've never really understood why that ever happens, but it does sometimes. Because we're both nice. No, it's not because you're both nice. Because you're both deceived. Oh, God, no. Libra, it's like Pisces represents a lot of work for you, really, because this is your sixth house, so this is where you're looking at your health. And I mean, you're still getting some joy and creative energy. You've got long-term creative projects with Saturn in the fifth. You've got inspiration to expand things further. You got Jupiter in the fifth house. I mean, for God's sakes, that's a Karaka. That's a great placement for Jupiter right now, and that's where it's going to be most of the year. It'll get in your sixth house. So I'd say the next couple of months, be looking closely at your health and try to improve things. And I mean, you know, I get what people are saying and what they're thinking, but we're still learning about everything that's going on right now. We don't know. Mars is in the eighth house, so there's sort of this intensity, you know, and it could be like high libido or kind of a kink factor when you've got Uranus in the eighth house too. And, you know, it could also be like, you know, on the worst side, it could be like fatal accidents, you know, that would not be good. But I mean, I think your overall vibe is to seek higher knowledge and to even be comfortable with the lower knowledge, and it's a lot more, is just like Virgo. Most of this week it has to do with others, not so much you or your stuff, so, you know, I'm giving you a pass here. Alright, oh yeah, and the moon's going to be in Libra this week. When's that going to happen? Well, let's find out so we can give Libra a moon shot. Oh, God. So, Moon is going to be in Libra on, it looks like it'll happen on Sunday, the 28th, and I'm hoping that, you know, at least by nighttime, and, yeah. So, that's about it, you know. We're going to see it like that, and we're going to be in a new moon sign once Monday rolls around. And so Monday, Tuesday, Libra moon. Okay, greetings Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. You know, so Mars is in the 7th house with Uranus. I guess in the Western astrology, somebody would say that's open enemies confronting you. I mean, I'd say with the Mars together with Uranus, you know, it's sort of like, oh yeah, it's call-out culture. It's like, we're so upset because we know somebody's not doing the right thing. But it's like, are you doing the right thing? Yes, I am. I'm calling it out. Well, that doesn't really fix things. It's just kind of a blaming thing. And I get it, you know. I mean, I think I can see why Eat the Rich has gotten popular over these years. And eventually, if you don't get to them, you know, the worms and the protozoa and the molds and different other things will. So I take comfort in that. So we've got Mars in the 7th house. We've got Pluto in the 3rd house. So it's like in some ways there's this kind of a lighter weight relationship theme going on with Scorpio this week. Pisces is about the heart. It's about your children. It's about the 5th house, opening up your heart and doing creative works, your imagination. So maybe you've had some creative projects that have been out on the back burner. They will no longer be on the back burner. You are going to go full speed ahead, and you're going to do this, Scorpio. And then I think by like Wednesday, the moon will be in Scorpio. So you'll get like Wednesday, Thursday. You'll be quite a popular guy. Yeah. Or gal. And I think you're going to move forward in a really positive way. And it's like now is like a time where you're doing a lot of introspecting too. And I think just writing things down, like what your plans are, what you want to do, this is going to help. Okay. So, greetings Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Jupiter's still in Aquarius, and so is Saturn, and so is Mercury. And it's in the third house. So you have Mercury in the third house is fantastic. You know, Mercury in the third house gives you a really good thinking cap, and it can help you relate to your younger siblings, friends you had in elementary school, high school, college, your neighbors, getting back to them, what they're going through during these times. It's been kind of restrictive for them. Sag, you can help them. Pisces, another Jupiter-ruled sign, rules your fourth house. Fourth house is parents, older relatives, particularly the mother, and what your source of happiness is. So right now, it's sort of like personal happiness. It's also fixed assets, especially if it's your house or real estate. So where you live is more important right now to you, and finding happiness at your home. Uranus and Mars in the sixth house. It's like, hey, you know, do that online yoga class, working out, try and get yourself in shape, because spring is coming. And they haven't outlawed bathing suits yet, so you got to be able to look confident and happy with your shape and stuff. And so you've been dealing with past life karma, and a lot of that karma you're projecting on your relationship. You'll have to stop doing that. Oh, boy. Well, greetings Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. So, here we are. Pluto is still on the ascendant. I mean, if you're a Capricorn born like the 15th, well, even earlier, I'd say like the 12th through the 19th, you're going through a lot of transformation. There's a lot of change because of Pluto's influence on your life. But Pisces time is about the environment. It's about your neighborhood. It's about short trips. It's about reuniting with siblings and doing writing, working with your hands. All of these things can be very productive. Mars and Uranus are in your fifth house. So doing something wild and theatrical just for the fun of it, or watching your children do something wild and theatrical just for the fun of it. And, you know, sometimes Mars has, you know, Mars and Uranus together, they could throw temper tantrums, you know, and so it's a time to observe temper tantrums. The moon in your ninth house this weekend is really good for travel, and it's also good for spiritual studies, any kind of advanced study. If it's just like a quick weekend seminar thing, you're going to do good with it. This is going to take you places. In fact, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I actually took off just so every now and then, even you know, people that work in grocery stores need a weekend off. You just got to know that. Okay, we're going to move it on over to Aquarius. All right, so, and for you, Aquarius, the moon actually was in the seventh house, or still is if it's before 9 o'clock on Friday morning, but it is going into the eighth house, so it's a weekend of the mysteries, the mystical stuff, things that you can't control, otherworldly things. Yes, all these things are for you, Aquarius, and you've got Saturn in the first house, so you know what your limits are right now. You know what your knowledge is. You know what's solid in your life, and that's good. Jupiter in the first house, it gives you a little bit more of a sense of ease. In some ways, it can exaggerate the limits that you're feeling from Saturn. but it also gives you this knowledge, and you're down with the knowledge. Mercury's there too, and it helps you communicate more. And so you're quick on your feet, and quick with your wit and your mind right now. Mars and Uranus in the 4th house of fixed assets. This would be a time to sell vehicles that you're not using, or guns, or weightlifting stuff, whatever it is that you keep around that you don't need to keep around. And I think like Monday and Tuesday are going to be your more power days. It's going to feel better for you. But until then, stay tuned as we move it on over to Pisces. Whoa. Greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, here's the good news. Good news is Venus just moved into your 1st house, so you are looking good. You're looking so good, somebody's going to give you a big squeeze, kiss and a hug. I just know it. And then we've got Neptune in the 1st house, so it's not quite yet conjoining the Sun, but it's getting closer all the time, because the Sun's getting closer there. And so you've got a lot that you're thinking about right now, and your popularity's gone up, and you're still dealing with some karma from Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury being in your 12th house. And I love that Mercury in the 12th, because it's like, keep a dream journal, record your dreams. There's messages in your dreams. In fact, you, Pisces, are the one who's moving everything forward. You're like the center of attention. Mars in the 3rd house right now. Mars Karaka for the 3rd house. So this is a good placement for Mars right now. So what do you need to explore in your own environment? What do you need to change in your neighborhood that you need to have some courage to address? You might get your neighbors all into doing something that nobody else could do before. And I mean, the weekend, if you do have a loved one, it can be very romantic. It can be very good. It can help you get together with people. It's going to be nice. And yeah, be ready for all kinds of new things. The bad is over, the good is coming, and I want you to subscribe, to like this video if you like it. Please share it on social media. I love your comments. Keep them coming. We're going to do this again next week. KozMcKev, Planetary Persuader. We are out. Yay. Okay.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.